Hello and welcome back. The weekend has started and I think it is time to conquer Warsaw. This is the second scenario in the Poland South branch. I already covered the North branch in previous playthroughs, and of course next up is Norway. But first we must take the Polish capital. I have gotten some questions on some of my videos on the YouTube channel, and I would like to point out that I'm not trying to complete the missions as fast as possible or as efficiently as possible. I'm trying to showcase the game, the various units and the mechanics. So if I get a 88mm anti-aircraft gun in the first scenario, that is perhaps not the most efficient way to do it, since there are so few Polish planes, but it does showcase how anti-aircraft guns work in Panzer Corps 2. And this is the kernel setting, and with a pretty good balance of positive and negative traits. So it's never going to be super difficult. I try not to load or undo unless I do stupid things or forget to move units and that sort of thing. So in a sense, it's a sort of a kernel baseline difficulty Iron Man mode. I'm not going to reload if I lose a unit or just do something that I shouldn't have done. But I will load if I forget to move 3 units at the end of the turn because I simply forgot them in the corner, or yes, I will undo moves because I misclicked or my brain farted out. So if you have any suggestions as to what units or tactics I should use next, you feel free to mention it now. Okay, enough talk. Yes, we will deploy here, and here is Warsaw, and this is our first real multi-hex city. And in a way, if you remember Poland North, we are more zoomed in here. We could see the part of Warsaw, this airfield we captured in Poland North, remember? But then the layout of things was a bit different. This is more zoomed in. You can see there are many more hexes here, because this airfield was bunched up to this forest, for example. So the scale is relative. Some are focused in intense action on smaller maps, but some actions are forces are more widespread. It never specifies exactly how big the hexes are or the units, but the scale is relative. Okay. So here is a forest. Here may be a bunch of poles, infantry probably, and we have an outlier this time too. We cannot surround this, and it would be fortified, I guess. Yes. Okay. For the rest of the map, yes. So we need a plan. Yes, we must take Warsaw, and there will be a strong fortification here, and so right there. Okay, I get my first hero. Let me try to remember to put him on a unit. Hit and run. This is pretty good. When I attack, units don't shoot back if I have higher initiative. So on a tank, especially in the open, it could mean I get no retaliation. In cities, it will not be as good on a tank because tank initiative is capped in cities. Infantry initiative isn't, so tank will get hit anyway. So I could put it on my engineer or one of my other infantry to sort of make it good in urban combat. But as you can see, I often try to stack the odds in my favor and take very little damage anyway. So I could give it to a tank. On the other hand, my tanks are crap. Could give it to a plane, a fighter, for example, and then the enemy planes wouldn't shoot back. So there are several options. This is a good hero, a mid-tier hero, I would say. There is one that does the same, and I don't remember what his title was, but when he attacks, the enemy doesn't shoot back, period. That is almost over the top. This has some limitations. I think the balance here is better, so I think we should be happy with this hero. So, looking at this, we have 4 + 5, 9 extra slots to play with. And we know my infantry and tanks are very cheap thanks to my Panzer and infantry general. My air force is big. It is perhaps already too big. I will not be buying more anti-aircraft gun. One should be enough at this stage. Usually I buy my first anti-aircraft cannon in this scenario. Recon is solid. I could always use a second recon, but I'm not sure I can fit. 3 tanks is sufficient, I think, for this scenario. 3 infantry is maybe a little light, but I'm not going to... yes, let's have a look. I'm not going to send part of my force to assault Warsaw while the rest just meanders around in this. I have 20 turns. That is plenty in a way on such a small map. So I will proceed here and clear out whatever I can find and set up a screen here. And then my main force of infantry and artillery will clean out this crossing here, take Kuntu and this hex. It's on a river with no town, so defenders here will be extremely susceptible to my fire. And then this group will advance along this forest road, and then I can start real advance on Warsaw. So maybe it will be turn 10 before we actually go on defensive against Warsaw. There is no need to rush, so I won't rush. Rushing always hurts. So this one got really hammered, so I will have to pay the 200. So there. And the Panzer I will bring to strength. This isn't always necessary, because if you upgrade something then you will regain strength, but I have a tendency to forget this, and it's not good. Now, there are several places here where a long-range artillery piece could be very useful, so I am thinking about going all out and shelling out for this big one. But it's a lot of slots, 6 slots. So I have 127, 15, and 110.5. This I'm not so fond of, but I would upgrade this to a 38 because there will be maybe more Polish tanks, and this 2C are good against infantry, but not against other tanks. So I could maybe upgrade this. This has the most experience. No, I will keep it as it is. The question now is, should I change unit types to grenadiers? Yes, I think it is time to do that. There. I still have 3 slots. So we can look at the purchase screen. It could be all sorts of things, but 3 slots, that is enough for a second pioneer. And that would make me more flexible. But it could also be a 3rd grenadier, because if I try to stay to my plan and take this area first, then maybe I won't need 2 pioneers. If I have 2 pioneers, maybe one will end up here, and then I will start the march on Warsaw too early. But if I take a grenadier, I could turn this one into my 15 centimeter, which is my favorite guy. Or I could upgrade to this guy. Oh, I will do that anyway. It's no extra slots, just some extra defense. That is never wrong. So I will upgrade it. But now it was my hero. So this is a 5 initiative guy. These heavies have decent initiative. They have 5 initiative. That is good against other infantry. But of course this one has 7. So I think I will do this. And I will I will not go to the upgrade screen. I will go here. So my first hero, hit and run. So he will be good at shooting at things and then getting away. And then I usually give them a special camouflage. This is absolutely not needed, but it helps me to tell apart the tanks without zooming in all the time. So, like I said, I have 3 slots left, so should I get a 3rd grenadier and have 1 slot left? Yes, what can I do with this 1 slot? I could take a bridge engineer. It could be an option to more easily allow me to make this crossing. And then we also had a bonus of allowing to show how these Brücken pioneers actually work. So I will actually do that. And I could, I suppose, take a 3rd Grenadier. You see they have better stats all over, not speed and ammo, of course, and they move slower and they don't have the force march ability. Cost a little bit more, but it is the same slot level. So where infantry can be good because of that little speed boost through terrain, but this will be an assault on defensive positions, so we would go with the Grenadier. Because I have so many extra units, 5 infantry and these tanks, I have saved a total of not 5 here because the Broken Pioneer is always 1, but I have saved 4 plus 3, so this is really a 52 slot force. That's a pretty big skew in my favor, so to speak. And I think that brings my force to completion. You see I have 1 train here. I'm not sure I will use it very much. I should probably try so I can show you, but as it happens, I will always forget about my train transport. Okay, let's get ready for round 1. But to get ready for round 1, we of course need to place our units. So if I'm going to stay true to my word, then I will have to set the bulk of my forces here, but I will have some infantry here, and I will also, yes, we will see what happens. This Broken Pioneer I will try to put here, but I am not 100% sure what happens when it goes into the swamp. Does it make crossing of the swamp easier, or does it enforce swamp rules? I have never tried this before, so I will try it out of principle. So I will put my Grenadier here, and I will place my, that was outside of course of the deployment area. This gun now has 4 plus 1 because it's on a hill, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can reach a huge area here. The alternative is of course to place the anti-aircraft gun here, but my plan is to have anti-aircraft gun here and my fighter here instead. I'm not sure that is actually wise if I put a bigger force here. Questions. No, I will do it differently. I will put my big gun here, and I will put my second most powerful gun here, and I will place my there. Next, the Pioneer will go in. It can use the road here and debark somewhere in the background here. And my last infantry, second to last infantry here. They will guard this area, and I will have my weak artillery. No, I will switch these two artilleries because let's not overdo it. And I will have my recon unit here, but now I will focus my tank force here because I think it is most likely that, well, these guys will maneuver to give me control of the board here while these guys move on this crossing, secure it, screen, clear out Kutno, and then clear out the rest here. So after I've gained control using my panzers here, they can possibly join the fight here. But first I must secure the crossing anyway, so yeah. Then it makes sense to place my fighter here and also my Stuka, and I can put one BF 110 there and there, except I will not put it there. This starts with 4 spotting, so I can see a huge area already. So, and deployment. So yes, that was very smart. You can see the scout plane is well worth its points because now I see 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a scout car, there is a Polish cavalry, and there is a powerful, no, not so powerful, a relatively weak anti-tank gun. So, and here is just 1 Polish infantry, a standard infantry guarding the crossing. Okay. So here I have some options, but if I want to keep these tanks safe, then sending the Stuka to bomb this guy is probably not so wise, because then I cannot both escort the bomber and protect my tanks, unless I decide to go here and go up there with my tanks. So there are many possibilities here. I only do that for the bonus. So I hit it, and then I hit it again. And now possibly, you see, it will continue fighting back. But now, because I have perimeter control, I can slide very easily up here. And then I wonder, will this make a difference? Yes. It will. So this is not an overrun, unfortunately. So I will do this. And then I feel I must do this. Can't quite get the good shots, and he keeps getting lucky. Typical AI. And he retreats again. So now the question is what to kill. This guy is going here anyway, and he isn't assaulting me, so we can take him out. And now I also see I could have moved my spotter, but I want my spotter to do something else, and that is go up here. So now this is also kind of a cheap trick, because the Stork is really worthless. I can always buy another one if it's shot down. It cannot intercept enemy bombers, but if I put it on top of one of my tanks, then of course they have to shoot it down before they can bomb the tank, and that would require maybe 2 fighters to shoot it down and a bomber to bomb the tank. And it seems very unrealistic that the enemy has that many fighters, but we'll see. This artillery, of course, is then vulnerable, but I cannot protect everything. I have only one 88, but you see, if I had the second 88, this would not be a problem at all. And I could escort and freely move. That is big, and that is why a second 88 will be incoming very soon. And I move forward, but it is not quite enough. But I could maybe move this far forward, and I at least catch this one. There is no reason not to. And now I must experiment. This is my broken pioneer. I would see. It will stand there, but can I then get across? No, because it is a swamp. Okay, then it's useless, then I won't do it. Then we'll test using this. And of course they have now changed the rules for how so if I go there, it will be susceptible to enemy attack. So now I'm suddenly not so happy, but we will try. And I will put my artillery there, and I will not do that. I will of course shoot before I move. This is a very weak position, but it was worth it. Now I know that, okay, it can override the river, so units can move, but it doesn't override the swamp. That would have been very strange, but I have never actually tested it before, so now I have tested it. So now you see I might have to be careful so nothing comes down here, but there is a swamp here, so that should be relatively safe, he said. And then he got bombed or attacked by cavalry. But this is fine, he has decided to shoot this guy. And now he comes out to play. And it would of course hurt the bridge engineer, but I mean, how fast can he kill him? Not that fast, so. And now we will do some shuffling around here. You see, he was hurt pretty badly, but if you see, even elite replacement mid scenario is just 115. And he can get back his full strength. Normally units can only get back half their starting strength, so clearly fighters are currently not affected by that. Okay. I must think a bit. Yes, I think this will be a decent solution. Now we get the bonus here and everything. And now we will see. Maybe I could have done this instead. I think I will try that. So we didn't get very far, but could perhaps this be an option? Yes, and you can see again, it is absolutely amazing what my little ability can do. And I will not do that immediately. I will send my and this guy is not such a big threat to me anymore. These guys are a bit exposed, so they can have some artillery support. I will bomb, and I will guard, and I will repair. And I will. No, I don't want to move that far. I will move here. It's just a screening force, it's not a full-scale attack. The point is that I protect these units, but I stay way back, so maybe they won't see it and they will bomb me. Yes, you can go places. We hurt the tank, but just 2 points. It could go much worse for him, but it was worth it a little bit. But strategic bombers, they are not very strong, so it's not a problem. Yes, he came out to play. Another infantry here. So I could keep moving forward. But instead, yes, I could shoot him, by the way. I will fall back. We'll get some air cover here. So he comes, he sees my gun, he doesn't want to play. Ah, I forgot this is... Oh, this is why I never used the 10.5. I forget it cannot shoot defensively against tanks. It's too light, and I almost lost this poor bridge engineer for it. I don't think I have used the bridge engineer to its full capacity, should we say. But now it is time to maybe end the threat of the Polish Air Force. Can I get a full kill? Yes. Because quite frankly, I'm getting a little bit tired of these guys. Another good thing about the Stork, I would have to say, is that it's not dependent on being very strong. Let's try that. No, and I don't think we have to fear air attacks so very much. So now we can push forward again. There is no rush. Slow and steady. I'm not going to attack here because the odds are not good enough. And in the open day I would tend to attack your pioneers because of course they are weaker. They have less ground defense, less initiative, less attack. So I will shorten my front a little here. I mean, he can come out of the objective if he really, really wants. But that is unlikely. Remember, these are just bridge engineers, so they are not very powerful. Landing in the river is never good. Now he's not going to have any air force. Extremely unlikely that he will have anything. So no more attacks happening here, so I can send this forward. And here we see the full setup. Small anti-aircraft gun, a little tank, heavy infantry, normal artillery, and a good tank, and this tough strong point. So this will be a real fight. And we will of course use infantry. And we can do this. I think I prefer this. So we can overrun. It's not terrible results. Just his artillery shooting at me, and it tries to attack out the city because my tank is weakened and it takes a little bit of damage, and it takes a little bit of damage. So now we will try to resolve this quickly. But remember, we can't expect to actually take this city using just this weak infantry here. So we're just going to finish off. See, this does nothing. But this guy is now severely weakened, so my heavies should be able to go in and just knock him out. And then I will capture with this, and I can send this guy over here. But I want the artillery to back him up, because he could come out to play. I'm standing on the river. Now the Pioneer goes over here. Back to this situation, and these are good enough odds that I will seek out mass attack, because I want to have the flexibility to move my units after. And this is the good gun, so it could fire defensively. Maybe he will come here. I think that's it. Again, he attacks out, and now it does some real damage, but now I think the fight is over for him. This is supply point, so there is no point really surrounding it, except to get the bonus. And you can see he's starting to become quite weak. And why is that? That is because I have higher initiative, so it doesn't shoot back. But I am eternally unlucky. So you see, it can be quite painful to fight infantry in the city. So now he's been pushed off. And now there is no reason for me to stay here. This is normal infantry, so he cannot get around me. This is a good defensive position. Again, no need to rush. So I'll send this to bomb. Bomb. Don't go any closer because of the anti-aircraft gun. And there is no reason not to. Just to see if he has purchased more units, which he hasn't. This is too powerful to tackle right away. Do we want that? And that. And maybe this. You have to be careful here because he can move through his own lines, okay? Remember? So start with my infantry. And this is enough to make him retreat, so we're not going in here, of course. That would not be very healthy. So, horrible odds yet, but it's just a holding force. Maybe he will attack me. See, here he comes. But his DKS is not so super powerful. And now I can easily reach him. And he will definitely regret coming out. Just do this on its own. And then I will move back. And now I have flanked him, secure this sector. And we can just... Oh, I have nothing else to use him for, so can do that. So, and we get another. And I mean, the bridge engineer I'm not going to use for anything, but this tank is also so weak I have to spend a lot of prestige to rebuild it. Yeah, maybe. I'll say maybe. But the big gun, that's an important part, and the Pioneer is also important. Well, I don't have to drive them through the forest then. No. Horrible idea. They will come around here. This is too cramped already. This guy doesn't look like he has anything to shoot at, so we can rebase forward. We have some bad weather. So that is sadly not going to do much. He has a lot of entrenchment, so it's good to get started. And suddenly he has only default, because this one strips 2 and this strips 3 and this strips 1, so he's down to basic. Unfortunately for him. But I would not say that the odds are super great yet. So we'll push forward. So this could be tempting, but I could also get my tank killed if he gets lucky. I don't think that's what I'm after here. Just give it a little damage, less entrenchment damage. I think I will do this, and my recon can go here, kill him, and just head back. See, this isn't great, and this isn't great, and he has a lot of entrenchment, so I need to hit him again and again to bring him down to a more reasonable level. But I have 10 turns plus 1, 11 turns left. So I'm not exactly in a rush. Now the odds are starting to become a better. No. See, undo is very nice because you can look at the map and then suddenly you can realize that. No, why can't. I cannot go 2 in the forest. So sad. That's really sad. And it will be like this. Now it has great close defense, so I will slowly push forward here. My bridge engineers, they can just drive right over the bridge, over the river. Presumably they are setting up a... Goodbye, and we are going back. 76, I can afford that. Full strength. Okay, so we actually got pushed back. Don't think I can capitalize on that. Can get to my artillery. I don't really want that. So could shoot him though. Have another little look. No. Here he comes. I shoot first. I have a lot of close defense, fortunately. Now he comes out into the open. Greatly weakened, but that's okay. One, two, three, four. I'm just gonna drive this forward, and then I'll hit this guy. This dude will stand in the forest. Yeah, might as well. It's an overrun. Not an overrun. That's it. Could still come back here. And I need this one in the urban, so I will have to pay the price. Pretty costly, but I can continue my advance here. And I haven't used my planes yet. Because out of sight, out of mind. I mean, if I have a weakness, that I always tend to forget my planes. So now the odds are slightly better. And I decide to go here. And my lines come together. So it wasn't that bad, but I will admit I could have played that one better. So there are my planes. And now there is something in the briefing about lowering of morale and so forth. So I suppose I have to bring this one down. This will probably require use of my pioneers. And this is and my recon. So yeah, start somewhere. Not such great odds. I think I can put him there. This is interesting, of course. He has only 7 entrenchment now, but it doesn't look like it likes to do anything, so... Yes, he attacks my flank, rather predictably. But it did a lot more damage than I expected. It's just normal. Maybe it got lucky. I don't know. No. I was kind of hoping to kill it in one round, but apparently not. Wait. I have 1 tank left here. Maybe it can make a difference. No, not really. Remember, I can't get lucky, so... Maybe if I'd actually put this recon unit here. No, nothing to be done. Fire defensively, and I don't really do much damage. Temporary morale drop. I'm not sure what the morale drop is. Probably incurs some sort of penalty on the defender. This guy needs to come up. Yeah, so my planes aren't going to be doing much here. So I think I have enough attack strength for my... Let's clean out this guy. No, wait. See, I forget my planes again. So let's move him up here for maximum accuracy. And you see my odds actually improve. That's kind of important when you have the bad luck trait. That way I can actually do kill damage on him. So this one is adjacent to this one, so he gets full bonus. So I'll move him. Kill. And this is the best artillery, so it's good for backing up. This is the little gun. Might as well put it here. We can maybe repeat the success. Or if you want to be, you could do this and actually get even better odds. Yes. And then we'll slide this one and he can come in, so he grants the engineering bonus. And capture. So that was Warsaw. It's an exciting scenario. Oh, loud music. But easier than Bug River. But now I hear Bug River has changed to this setup, so it should be more manageable on your planes. Okay, bye.